Now, taking a subtle jab at United States External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar reiterated the need for a fair and multipolar global order, stating, and I quote, "Our collective desire is to see a fair and representative global order, not one dominated by a few." His remarks come amid global trade tensions, including US tariff threats and pressure on India's trade with Russia. Now, let me go back to Siddhant. Siddhant, it seems to be a strategy change for... I'll come back to you. Let me, of course, play that bite of S. Jaishankar, then I'll come back to you.
Complicated and uncertain times. Our collective desire is to see a fair and representative global order, not one dominated by a few. That quest is often articulated as political or economic rebalancing. But I want to say this to you: obtaining respect and ensuring dignity for societies can also be achieved through cultural prowess, especially through cultural prowess. In that context, traditions are of particular value because ultimately they define identity. We must be assured about what we are if we want to be confident about shaping the future. For nations like us, traditions are truly a great source of strength.
All right, let me go back to my colleague Siddhant. Siddhant, now this seems to be a strategy change for India, because we have seen in the past that Jaishankar, of course, was speaking about the double standards of European Union, but he never spoke about United States. So this perhaps seems to be a strategy change.
Well, that's right. He was not speaking perhaps on the tariff issue, etc. He was talking in general, and perhaps this has been India's pitch from quite a long time, that how a new world order is required, and perhaps this, but definitely, this statement from Minister Jaishankar is coming at a time when there is tension in India-US relationship. As far as India buying oil is from Russia is concerned, the tariff issue, etc. So now Mr. Jaishankar says at a public event in New Delhi that we live in complicated and uncertain times. Our collective desire is to see a free and representative global order, not one dominated by a few. That quest is often articulated as political or economic rebalancing. Perhaps a very strong statement, Arun, especially coming at a time, not directly speaking on what's happening in geopolitics, but a reflection of it, and perhaps very important to highlight that how some selected countries set the rules of the game, and then they expect you to follow those rules. Message is very clear from the Indian government, and message has been very clear from the Indian government for day one. National interest comes first, whether it's a tariff issue, whether it's a issue of buying crude from Russia. Perhaps national interest is paramount importance. And perhaps India is guided by that. Now, EAM Jaishankar also said that it is a desire to see a fair and representative global order. We have been seeing, Arun, what's happening in last few years, that how West tries to make countries from the global South accept to what they want. Countries, not just European Union, but countries from the European Union, but United States. We have been seeing what's happening. If they say that don't buy crude from Russia, then don't buy crude from Russia. If they say that you will be tariffed, then you have to accept those tariffs. If they say we want more markets in agricultural and dairy products, then you have to give more markets in agriculture and dairy products. So, this has been going on from some time, and Mr. Jaishankar has always been critical of this global order. Perhaps at a public forum in New Delhi yesterday, he did speak out that how complicated and uncertain times are, and he did speak out about the desire to see a fair and representative global order, not one dominated by a few.
Yes. Thank you so much, Siddhant, for putting this story into perspective.